Hey guys, we are back after an involuntary hiatus. We've had an action-packed 8 months and thought it would be fun to do a full recap of our adventure abroad. We've been to 5 countries so far and countless cities throughout the Algarve and central Portugal, and we have some great stories that we are excited to share.
It is so cold.
It's chilly December 1st, 2nd, 2nd?
Today's the 2nd.
The 2nd.
It's not.
We got matching jackets. Coming to you live from São João das Leilas.
It's been a couple months since our last video. We have had a lot going on and we thought it would be great to do a recap of everything that's happened so far.
Part of the reason it's been a long time is our laptop burned out on the last video. It took like 40 hours to render. We finally have a solution. We bought we hired a guy to build a computer for us. So it's not a laptop, but it's going to be great. Much better than our other situation because we couldn't run it off of our work laptop. So here we are, back in action.
We thought it would be a fun thing to recap everything that we've done so far since moving over to Portugal.
So much. Don't mind us. We have our trusty dusty.
Our notes
because
in pink
it's
and blue.
I mean,
So
we thought about doing like videos of each segment, but like it only makes sense to catch up like what we've done. This has been like 10 years worth of things in the last 4 months.
Yeah.
Up first.
Yeah, we moved to the Algarve. That's where we started out this adventure in Lagos, Portugal, and we spent really like the first 2-3 months just going all across the Algarve, exploring all the beautiful beaches.
We did a good video about that too.
We did.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
we did a summary of those places pretty well.
Yeah.
But
it was the perfect place to start out in the Algarve, where there's a lot more English-speaking people, which really helped us.
Yeah, it was a lot like home with tourism too. Yeah, a lot of tourism.
Very much so.
So, all right, a lot to go over as to like our trips and stuff. One of them being actually coming up to the Lisbon area. We did that twice, 2 weekends in a row, in the middle of the summer. Once was for I think it was called the F1 experience, where Red Bull like had their bike and their drift cars, and their F1 car like running up the main strip. It was awesome. It was amazing, and we got to kind of get our first like taste of what Lisbon was. So that was really cool.
Yeah, we ate some really good food. I got to hear the cars. I didn't really get to see them. I was with Viv. She was too young at the time. We got some really good gelato that our friend Diogo showed us.
Yeah, I mean, he showed us a lot of spots. Yeah.
So he took you to that really good place to go eat for lunch.
Yeah. In the LX area. Oh my God. I mean, so the same guy also introduced me to 2 of his friends, Daniel and Miguel, and we experienced I'm going to call it the Red Fest.
Colete encarnado.
It's a bull-based event, so it's tough to explain in short. But basically, the community comes together to watch the bulls run. It's not the same thing in Madrid was on. It's a little different, but
yeah, and it's like y'all stayed out all night, like
So
Viv and I were not a part of it.
I was not aware that the main event starts at 2:30 in the morning. 2:30 in the morning, and the thing was completely packed. Like, it was crazy. And then I also didn't know that it was a ritual for everybody once all the festivities are over to go down to the river at, I think it was like 6, 7 in the morning and watch the sun come up. Like, the entire city, not just a couple of like, it was a very interesting thing to be part of, like, culturally, like, to see it from that perspective.
Yeah. And while you were doing that, Vivian and we found an Airbnb at this vineyard. And we just got to check out all the grapes and hang out by the pool.
That was a cool place, wasn't it?
It was a beautiful place. You look out the window and you see just grapevines everywhere. It was amazing.
After that, we also kind of made a trip out of that. And then we went to Sintra, where I'm going to call it castles, but like...
Yeah, we need to make that singular.
Castle.
We saw that. We attempted to see both too, and we epically failed.
Yeah, it was. So. We were supposed to see the Pina Castle and the Quinta
Regaleria.
We'll show a picture of it. It's the one, like, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And then there's also not really a castle, but more of like a structure called the Moors. It's like we were gonna go see that too.
Yeah, we failed.
Yeah, we failed. But like,
have to go back.
We bought tickets. We didn't know that like it was like you have to be there at that exact time. It's like they let you in the gates.
So listen.
Yeah.
I don't read the fine print, so I did not on those tickets, and so yeah, we missed our time slot.
Thankfully, we're gonna move close to that area so we can go back whenever we want to. We're actually close to it right now. We're just north of it, but yeah, for that trip is a fail. And then we went down to Evra.
Yeah, that was, oh my goodness, Evra was beautiful city, and it holds the Chapel of Bones, which was the eeriest place I think
It had
I've ever
like
been.
5,000 people's bones up in that thing.
Yeah, it was, I don't know, it gave me a feeling that I just wasn't expecting when I walked in. It was pretty interesting, but that was definitely an experience.
And that concluded that trip. We drove back down through Beja, back to the Algarve. Oh, and then just something that I stumbled across. So in my opinion, one of the best racetracks in the world it's in the Algarve. It's called Portimao, but it's just north of where we were living. It was like 20 minutes from our place. And they
really cool.
Yeah, they hosted the British GT Championship, or one of the circuits. And I went there, and of course, we bought tickets for everybody. We were so pumped to go in.
Another fail.
It was a letdown. Like, we've had a lot of letdowns. So they don't let you in if you're under 4. So Vivian I had to take them back and then come back.
That in our defense was not on the tickets anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was no fine print to read.
Yeah, and I also didn't know, like, with buying the tickets that, like, you either buy like the pits or you buy like the general. So I bought 4, like 2 of each, and it was just me. So I just like went, came and go as I wanted. He was like, "No, you don't get re-ticket." I was like, "It's okay. I got another." So something else that I really enjoyed that was encouraged for me to do by my lovely wife was a workcation in Madeira. So Madeira, also known, it's an island to the west of Morocco, but it's actually Portugal. So like Portugal's island. So they have the Azores and Madeira Islands. And it was incredible. So much so that I've talked her into spending the month of January there.
Woo-woo.
I'm so excited. It is, I mean, I'm like, people talk great about Hawaii. I've never been there, but this place was like nothing I've ever seen
before. Yeah, it was
before.
funny. Every time he called me, he was exercising in the morning, and he was always out of breath from running up these hills.
Yeah.
And then I think one time you were being either chased or barked at by a dog, and you're like, "Hold on, gotta run."
I walked from Caballero to Câmara de Lobos, which it's not that far on paper, but it's like a 500 or 600 meter, which is 1,500 feet descent, which going downhill, not that bad, right? No. It's kind of like swimming for the first time. You learn muscles that you didn't know you have. I was cramped up. I was like sore for at least a week after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my big workout after. I was actually there with the Nomad Escape. They have a lot of events there for digital nomad-based workers, and I can't speak highly enough about it. It was amazing. I got to meet some incredible people. I mean, that was the longest we've ever spent apart since being married. Yeah. It was like, what, complete 7 days?
It was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
You did well with Vivian.
I did. She went to her little ballet class, and then I took her to Crazy World, I think is the name of it. We had fun looking at all the animals, walking around. They had like a really cool pool, and then the dinosaur exhibit. Man, that girl loved the dinosaur exhibit. She did not want to leave. It was a tantrum leaving there, but. Yep. Yeah, we had fun while you were gone.
Yeah, I mean, it was an experience I'll never forget, and I appreciate Ashley for letting me go do it, and I can't wait for us to go back. After that, we went to the Ryder Cup, which we bought tickets for before we even knew we were coming to Europe. For those of you that don't know what the Ryder Cup is, the U.S. team plays the Europe team. It's Team Europe, and in golf.
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoy watching golf because
she let me choose one sport that we get to watch together, and I chose this one that's on 50 weeks a year.
And I really don't mind it, and now I know all the players and all that. But it was genuinely so fun to just walk and try to keep up with all the players and what they were doing, and getting to see how they all like actually act. Like in most cases you get to see them on like certain holes, but yeah, it was really, really fun getting to walk around, running. I will never forget running to
the first tee. So when they let us in, we wanted to be it was on the Sunday, right? The final day.
It was the final day.
Yeah, we wanted to see have front row to the whole number one's green, so we could look back and hear all the cheering. It was so much fun.
It was so much fun. I lost my sunglasses, my backpack, the zipper started coming open, and all the crap started falling.
She lost a pair of sunglasses.
I was so upset about the sunglasses because they were great.
Yeah.
But we made it to the first hole first tee, only for a little kid. We were just, he sniped us, and we were standing there right on the rope, and this little kid was like, "Excuse me," and put his beanbag right in front of us.
Put a beanbag in front of us.
We were like, okay, he's going to be sitting there. No big deal. Then his dad comes, and he's like, "Excuse me." I'm like, really?
Yeah.
What the heck?
So, sorry, we didn't make a scene.
That first tee experience.
My friends would be proud of me.
I was proud because I would have been mortified had you made a scene. But no, the first tee experience was so fun because they did the cheer.
Yeah, we're just doing all this stuff waiting because we waited for 2 hours for the people to come up to the green. But yeah, no, it was an incredible experience.
Much fun.
Shout out to my mom for making that possible too.
Yeah.
So she flew to Rome, and she came we actually went to a practice round, and then my mom and I went to a practice round, and then she watched Vivian.
Yeah, she was 2 years too young to go because we had 4 tickets.
Yeah, the plan, I read the fine print when we got the tickets, and they said it was completely fine. I was like, that's great. And then once we officially had the tickets, they said something else. But
yeah,
but that kind of was a good leadway into Rome, Italy, which if I was given 5-10 places that I could go from the U.S., Rome would probably make that list. Now, not a chance.
No, it just wasn't. The majority of the experience was not the best.
Rome, the city, beautiful. The history that's there, that aspect of it.
Getting to see
amazing.
the big, the Colosseum, Trevi Fountain, all that. That was really cool. That was really cool.
And we even saw the Pope. We didn't plan it, but we were at the right place at the right time. We made our way to Vatican City that day and decided to follow the crowd. Right as we were walking up, the Pope was being wheeled on stage. It was just the coolest experience.
The people and the safety was
not what I was expecting.
Not what we were expecting. We saw a guy get robbed from point blank.
On the train.
Yeah, point blank, just get his stuff ripped off of him and take it. And here I am holding Vivian, just you can have this. Mm-mm.
We were defense mode after that. We were get us off this. This
and then
is not fun.
it's a completely different vibe. Then again, we're also in Portugal, which is one of the safest countries in the entire world. I left a €10 on a desk in the mall because I wanted to drive Vivian around on one of those little things, and I left it there accidentally. And 10 minutes later, I went back. It was still there. I forgot it. I just didn't want them to think that I was taking off without paying because no one was attending it. So I left it there. But yeah, no, people were walking by it. It was still there. Rome?
No.
Not safe. So as a guy, it wasn't horrible. It's just, I don't think it's not somewhere I'd go back. Rome, inside the city itself. Outside, where the Ryder Cup was, fantastic.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't want to beat up Rome too much because, it as a city was amazing. Just, safety-wise wasn't exactly what we were looking for.
Yeah.
So,
we were excited to get back to Portugal.
Yep.
We love it.
It was a breath of fresh air for sure. Speaking of Portugal, while we were in the Algarve, we were in the southern part of Portugal. We decided to plan a trip.
Yeah, we did a road trip to throughout southern Spain, and I believe it's called the Andalusia.
Yeah, I think that's it. I don't want to try it.
It's lower, the southern Spain, and we traveled through Sevilla, Granada, and Ronda, and then one afternoon we even ventured down to Marbella, which was stunning.
It's on the coast. Yeah, most of them are
on the coast. Yeah,
a little bit, but
some of the more beautiful views I think I've ever seen. The roads just driving through were absolutely stunning.
Yeah,
and I had the best pasta I've ever had. That was in Sevilla, wasn't it?
Oh
my goodness.
Yeah. That was right after we went to Plaza de España, which is where part of the Star Wars was shot.
And
That
Vivian
place.
joined a flash mob.
Yeah, they stopped because she kept going out. This girl loves to dance, so like when she hears music, she ran all the way across Plaza de España, which is, 200 meters, quarter mile. Like it's a long
way,
way
especially
to
for
cross.
little legs.
Yeah, and she heard the music, she went for it, and she kept trying to go to the middle, but unlike in like a wedding situation where you create your space and you can dance, like a flash mob's different because like everybody's got to have their choreographed moves.
It was they were practicing.
Yeah, so I pulled her away like 15 times before they were like stopped and they let her go out there. I think I got a clip of it.
She was in the middle of this massive circle, and she was loving it,
they started
living her best life.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was Plaza de España. That was fun.
That was beautiful. Beautiful. I bet it's beautiful now. If they do anything for Christmas, I bet it's really beautiful.
Yeah. And Granada was amazing, but we didn't plan it out well enough. We didn't get the tickets.
It was raining and
it just. I don't want to hate on it because like we
didn't really
enjoy
get to see
it, but it's
much.
because we didn't. We could have planned it out better. We could have done like we only spent like 1 or 2 nights there, right?
I think it was 2.
But then
Rhonda, we were initially supposed to stay for just 2 nights, and then we got there and we were like, we need to extend our trip, and we did by 2 days.
It was cool. Yeah,
2 nights. And it was phenomenal. It did rain. We got caught in a really bad rainstorm. Because we had extended our trip, and there weren't any washers in our apartment. We had to go drop our clothes off at a laundry service, and on the way back, we had all these nice, fresh, dry clothes, and the sky fell out, and we were trying to seek refuge anywhere, but because it was raining, they just decided to close.
Yeah,
a lot of restaurants just closed.
The only place that was open was
McDonald's. And so we ran in, grabbed food. We were all sopping wet. You had to put the blow dryer in all of our shoes the next day because they were still really wet.
And it's like we hopped out of the pool.
Yeah.
We laughed so hard though.
But it was, Rhonda was just really, really beautiful.
It really is probably more of a romantic city than it is like for a toddler. But
I don't think a lot of the restaurants were for toddlers, in my opinion. It was more of a romantic, intimate scene, so I wouldn't want a toddler. So we just didn't bring Vivian because we didn't want to be those people that, brought a kid to somewhere where they're trying to have a romantic dinner.
It was tough as far as food goes, no, there's a reason we chose to stay there 2 extra nights. It was really cool.
It was beautiful, and our place was like right there on the. What is it called?
I don't know. Right where the bridge was. Like it was called. We were actually in Old Town, so. Yeah, like Old Town is a very small subset to where the main bridge it's known for, like connects to the big park. Yeah.
But it was fun. We enjoyed walking around. Vivian had her little raincoat and, just had her little fun, and it was a good time. I think that was more just enjoying walking around the town and
and it had fast Wi-Fi, so we enjoyed working from that. It was a spacious place, like like we had 2 bedrooms there, so it was there was a lot of reasons we liked that.
Vivian kicked out. She had 2 full mattresses to herself, so she was like spread across them. She loved it. Then we made our way back to Lagos and we packed up to leave the Algarve, and now we are
early November.
Situated what direction? North of Sintra?
North of Sintra, a couple minutes.
Yeah. Really
cool spot. Like the ocean's like less than a mile to our west. Yeah, like we've walked there a couple of times. Like it's a completely different vibe up here. I love it because we have to drive everywhere and the roads are amazing. Our car has the nickname officially Pocket Rocket. It is so slow, but I get to just wind it everywhere I go, and I have so much fun.
It's quite the adventure. It's fun until we get on a road that back in the U.S. we would consider a one-way, but a narrow one-way at that. But it's really a two-way road here. That or his infamous dirt roads that we always seem to find.
Sometimes I focus more on the destination than the road in which to get there, and I don't zoom in to see what color the road is. So
we end up on a lot of dirt roads.
A lot of dirt roads. One of the best times was actually, this wasn't something that I planned. I saw a dirt road and I took it on the side of a cliff. And on our way to, to Marbella?
Yeah, that was on the way to Marbella. And
oh my gosh, quick story. This was nuts. Okay, so I even admit this was a bad call. This was not good. I saw a little dirt road and I thought like it went down into the ravine, which is a pretty serious like cliff. So I drove up.
Pretty serious cliff. It's a drop off.
Yeah.
It's
and so I figured, once I'd gone too far, I was like, okay, well, there's got to be a turnaround spot. And no, I had to back up. And then the funniest part about it was I didn't realize that we passed this. I'm gonna call it a boulder. Like it was.
That is a boulder.
It was as big of a. It was a massive rock, and it was on the left. And I was so focused on not going over the unguarded cliff to our right that I didn't focus on it until I was backing up, and then out of my peripheral, I see I look back this way, and I see it just graze the mirror, and I was like, did we just? I tried to play it off in the audio. I'll let the audio play. How close was that to that rock?
I don't know.
Holy cow. But did we just almost miss that? And then you panned back to it to show. We absolutely could have backed straight into that rock instead of
and you know what? I would have been totally fine. As long as we were not on the cliff, not on the edge, I would have been totally fine. Hit whatever you want. I don't care. Don't put me close to a cliff on a dirt road. That's worst nightmare.
Yeah. But I've loved driving up here. There's some amazing malls.
Oh man, Colombo Mall, Allegro Mall.
We didn't know about them. Tell them more about the food experience, how it went from valley to peak.
Yeah. So we were found that little bitty store, and I was a little overwhelmed because it's a lot of changes, and I'm trying to feed our family. I gotta cook. And we also needed a coffee maker. When we got here, the one here was just not what we were looking for. And so we found a little bit bigger situation in the grocery store. And Joseph was like, I'm going to go take care of the coffee situation. Let me take that off your plate. I'll figure it out. So he goes by the coffee maker.
All to find out that the pods, you can't buy. They're like, oh, they don't actually sell in grocery stores. I'm like, well, what? She was like, but no, you have to go to the store. The
Nespresso store.
The store.
So we're like, okay.
I was like, I got a caveat here.
I was like, so we still have no coffee, but we have a coffee machine, so that's great.
We're already 10 minutes south of here, and then we find out we have to go another 10 minutes south.
Yeah.
But
so he found an Nespresso store, and it turns out it's in a big shopping mall. It's now one of my favorite places to go. And in there, they have a Pingo Doce, which is a massive. I think it's bigger than a super Walmart. It just doesn't have the clothes part. It's only food.
Yeah,
and it's if you're trying to compare sizes, it's like a super Walmart. Just no food, no accessories, nothing. It's only food, and it is just the best place ever. They have everything that we could need, which.
They had our spices that we've been missing out.
Spices, yeah. And I can go to the butcher and get our.
Tell them what they want. Yeah,
and you go to the. I don't know what the fish stand is still called, but
I keep calling it pescado, but I think that means bird. I don't know. I don't know.
But he goes and gets our fish. And then, after you do that, you and Viv go to the little cafe that's inside. Y'all go get your little pastries.
Yeah, when she starts losing it, we go get queria pão com queijo e fiambre e dois pastéis de natas. Café com leite.
Yeah. Perfect.
Espresso.
Yeah, and it allows me to do my grocery shopping in peace, and he and Viv have a good little coffee date, so that's fun. That really turned the situation around. I'm not so overwhelmed now. Now I'm like, oh, we get to go to Allegro and Pingo Doce.
Yeah, it's fun, and I love the drive to get there. We get to go through Centra, the town, which it's got some turns. Second gear, winding out.
He loves
great.
It.
And
I panic. I'm like,
the speed limits are amazing considering how tight the turns are.
That's intense. It's very intense. But I will say, like, a majority of the drivers, they're not texting and driving, so it's a lot
Nobody,
safer.
yeah, everybody's paying
because
attention.
everybody's driving a manual.
You would
so.
think like bigger roads means like more room for air, all that. No, like tight roads, you got to pay attention. So at night, you never see like you don't really see drunk drivers where we are. Like, whereas back home, like late on a Friday, like you need to be on the defensive side.
Oh boy, especially at North Beach.
Yeah. So yeah, it's that part's different here. Everybody's paying attention. So we got a lot to come. We don't want to give too much away, do we?
Yeah. No, we have a really fun Christmas trip planned. We'll be leaving in 6 days?
Mm-hmm.
So
and I did say we're going to Madeira, but
yeah, we are going to Madeira, and then after Madeira, we'll be coming back to
United
the
States of America.
Yeah.
Back home.
Yeah, we'll be home for, 3 weeks? Joseph, turn off your alarms. What in the heck are you?
Alabama, the great state.
Yeah, we'll be going back for 2.5 weeks, I think, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So we'll get to have fun.
For our new nephew.
Our new nephew, Forrest.
Mr. Forrest, yeah.
So excited. He's going to be a chunk. I can't wait. I'm going to love it.
Yeah, it's
love
good.
all
I'm going to go down south for a couple days.
Yeah.
See my buds down
It'll
there.
be fun. Viv will get to play with her cousin, hopefully, very sweetly. Yeah, just in the Birmingham area, hanging out with family and friends.
That's a wrap?
Yeah, I think that's a recap of
That's a
just
wrap?
about everything that we've
We're
done.
caught up. So we bought this desktop, right? It can't come with us for the next 3 months. So we're going to go ghost mode for another 3 months.
Actually, we're not. We're gonna be able to do the Christmas trip video when
we're
get
gonna
back.
have 6 days. We're gonna have the Christmas trip, and then we're gonna go ghost mode for 2 months.
Yeah, living life over here. And
This has been the longest, greatest year of my life. The only thing that sucks is our friends and family couldn't be with us.
Yeah, I know. All the time we're like, man, we really wish we could do this with our families. Like, man, we really wish they could all come over here and like us go experience this.
That's it. That's
Thanks,
a wrap.
Guys.
All
Thanks
right.
for tuning in. We'll see y'all next time.
Oh, no, stop.
Look,
Oh my gosh.
it just goes in a circle.
Yeah, but we're on a darn edge.
Okay.
I mean, like, you can't back up.
Yeah,
No.
you can. Look.
No, please go forward.
No, I'm gonna go right here.
No, stop, for the love of God.
Okay. Alright.
Oh, no.
Ashley.
You're kidding. No. I'm gonna throw up. Oh my gosh.
I'm going slow and I'm keeping it close to the edge.
You're not going slow. That's so fast. Oh, no. You're going way too fast. Way too fast.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. I'm sweating profusely. This is not ideal. You and these routes, these off-road routes are just... It's gonna put me in an early grave, I tell you. Oh,
How close was that to that rock?
I don't know.
Holy cow. I don't even see that thing.
Oh. Oh my gosh. That's a big rock.
That was so big. And it was like perfectly like blocked out by the... Alright.
Don't do that to me again.
Okay.